of the Chief Organizer, Honorable Principal Dr. M. Gradkar sir, because of whom we all are coming together here at the virtual platform. Today I feel immense pleasure to make all friends know that we have among us the Honorable Dignitary Keynote Serbia. The Honorable Chief Guest is going to enlighten us on the topic communication. The participants are joining here from all speech, so I do not want to remain in between the Chief Guest and the audience. So I would like to invite today's Chief Guest and Keynote Speaker, Honorable Anna Cubrilo ma'am, for her keynote speech and presentation. Please ma'am, welcome.
Hello, good afternoon, good evening everyone. Thank you very much for this introduction. My name is Anna Cubrilo and I am based in Belgrade, Serbia. I have been working for 10 years in HR area, but my basic occupation is professor of Serbian language and literature. So everything which is related to students, pupils, and how to improve our connection with them is very familiar for me, and I'm very happy to have this chance to share my knowledge experience with all of you related to one of my favorite topics, and that is communication skills. Now I will share my screen with you so that you can see the presentation. We will go together through this presentation and hopefully we will have some time for questions and answers at the end of this workshop. Since we have limited time, I'm so sorry, but if you all agree, I would like to start now, and we wouldn't have time to let you to introduce, so we can do it after when you questions, okay? Let's start. Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So, communication skills. Many centuries ago, Socrates said, "Speak so that I may see you." Socrates was a Greek philosopher, and he believes that people are what they talk, but not who they are in line with their positions or with their level in hierarchy. So it is very important for all of us to keep this in our mind, especially when we have a connection with our students and with our pupils. It is very important how we speak, what we speak about, which words we use when we speak, and how we behave to other people. What is communication? Of course, all of us already know that, and it is a transfer of data or information through certain symbols. We have four main functions within a group or organization when we use communication. That is control, motivation, expressing emotions, and sharing information. We have to be very cautious with control, especially when we are working with young people. Our main act should be motivation, and we should find a way how to deal with them and how to help them to express themselves and to reach their best potential. When we are talking about communications types, we have verbal communication and non-verbal communication. Of course, verbal communication is everything which we share through words, as we do it right now. And successful verbal communication is to know how to use right words at the right time and in the right way. Non-verbal communication is related to how we use our body. It is body language, touch, communication using appearance. Since you are all today here with me, I'm aware that you are willing to hear more about this topic, and that is your non-verbal communication for me today. Some people, there are a lot of theories, what is percentage of verbal communication and non-verbal communication. I'm not willing to share these percentages because I'm not sure that we can divide it precisely. So let's say just that we that we must bear in mind everything, both verbal and non-verbal communications in everyday communication. Communication requires the desire and ability to go towards the others. Communication skills mean that we listen in order to respond appropriately. What does that mean? If I just want to speak with someone, to communicate, to say what I have to say, to share my opinion, my thoughts, my words, that is not good communication. I have to be willing to hear other people. I have to be ready to receive feedback from their side. I have to consider relationship and understanding what is the relationship is about. I wouldn't speak and communicate the same way with you today, with my friends, with my families, with my family, with my parents, because it is a different type of relationship. And I will adjust my communication skills and the way of how I will communicate with other people. I will adjust it to relationship. We should adapt when we communicate with other people. We have to adapt every time, and we take into consideration the context. And one of the most important things is to be willing and to be capable to understand what is between what is said and what needs to be understood. Before we switch to the next level of this presentation, I will share with you here the one beautiful verse from song Ruth Bebermeyer, and that is "Words are windows or their walls." You can find this song on YouTube later. It is a very old and nice song, and even from this song we can learn how we can communicate with people, and that it is very important which words we will use in our communication, and also it is most important the way how we will communicate. Since I am in one very interesting and for me important education, that is transactional analysis education, I'm in the part for organizational context of TA. When I prepared this presentation for you today, I decided to share my knowledge and insights from TA with you today, because I think that this is very useful tool to help us how to communicate with people easier and how to understand other people. Eric Berne was a Canadian-born psychiatrist who created the theory of transactional analysis as a way of explaining human behavior. His definition of TA is that is the theory of personality and systematic psychotherapy for personal growth and change. That is very important to use this methodology in organizational contexts, and also this methodology has a wide methodology for education purpose. So many professors, teachers started to educate themselves in TA in order to help them to communicate with students and pupils. Based on TA, we have life positions. The best life position for each of us when we are speaking of communication is to bear in mind every time that I am okay and you are okay. That means that my being and your being is fine. There is no any problem with our beings, with our personality, but we can discuss about problems in behavior. So take this position every time when you are going to other people. It doesn't matter in which context, in which relationship. It is the best when we think and when we feel it and live it, that I am okay and you are okay. When we start from this position, everything else will be easier. TA also speaks about ego states. Ego state is consistent pattern of feelings and experience directly related to a corresponding consistent pattern of behavior. We have 3 ego states within our personality. All of us have it. It is parent, it is adult, and it is child. So on this photo you can see how we set those ego states within our personality. Adult is ego state with logical and rationality, and adult gathering facts and considering alternatives and considering other people's opinion and take care of other people's feelings. But we have those 2 ego states, parents and child. What does that mean? Those ego states can help us, but those ego states also can make our life complicated. So we have to be very cautious when we start communicate with some other people, because when we have this knowledge, when we have when we are aware of this fact that we have 3 ego states that always there is some process within us. Even now, when I speak with you, when I present this to you, my parent, but this time it is nutrition parent, is saying to my free child, it is okay, you prepared for this, you respect these people, and you are happy to be today with them. So just be focus and share everything which you know. But critical parent, maybe when we finish this presentation, can say me, oh, you should do this better, you should say that instead of that. And then adopt child can say, yes, you're okay, I wasn't so good. So now I explained what is inside me right now. And can you imagine what happens when we are speaking with our students and when we say, when we start our transaction from critical parent, it is not okay, why you are late, why you didn't do this paper on time, I told you what is the deadline. And what they will do, if they take life position, you are okay and I'm not okay, they wouldn't be free child or adapted child, which we can consider as a good part of child ego states, but they will go to rebel child. And they will say, but you didn't explain me good, you didn't give me enough time, you didn't give me literature for this. And then we will have a problem. We will have communication which is not good, which is not, which are, wouldn't be, how to say, something which result will be positive. We will have argue, we will have misunderstanding. So every time when we start with some communication, we have to bear in mind that all of us have those ego states. And when we communicate from this middle position, from adult to adult, that is the best position for communicate. So one step back, we have life position, I'm okay, you are okay, and we have to do our best to keep communication at this level, adult to adult. And how we can explain transactions, why transaction analysis, because every communication is some kind of transaction. So as long as our transactions are complementary, which means as long as we are at the same ego state when we are communicate, then communication can continue smoothly. When we cross our transactions, then we will have problem. What does that mean? As I told you, when someone calls for communication, calls for transaction, if that person is in parent ego state, usually that ego state calls ego state child, which means I know that I'm better, I know that I am okay, and now I want to tell you that there is something bad with you. It is not good way to communicate. But if you feel that someone is speak with you that way, what you can do? You cannot try right now to put that communication on this level, adult to adult. You have to answer from ego state, child ego state. And the first, your answer can be, oh no, I don't think so. You are not right. But then you can say, okay, let's discuss about that. Why do you think that my behavior isn't okay? Why do you think that my behavior is problematic? So you have to force other person to switch to behavior and not to being. And then you can have very productive communication, and you can start to communicate from the same complementary ego states. When we are in free child, for example, that is very good position for creating, to learn something new, to share experience, to connect with people. That free child is something which we have keep always alive in ourselves. But sometimes that free child can go very, very far away and can, push boundaries. And then that parent inside of us has to be very cautious and has to find a way how to use energy of free child, but to keep it in some boundaries which are productive, which are good for us. So one more time, when we are talking about communication, especially with students and pupils, we have to keep in mind life positions, and we have to show them that we respect them and that they are okay and that we are okay. Every time when we speak with them, when we start communication with them, we have to take care of those life positions. As you can see on this photo. If that we have different positions, we have position I'm not okay and you are okay. Very often our students and pupils will take these life positions because they consider us as some authority. They have their live scripts, their programs, their filters, and they have something which they took from their family. So we have to be responsible adults, and we have to show them how to communicate in a proper way to find a good solution if we have some problem, to reach together goals if we have to reach some goals, and to have communication which is productive. Every time when we start communication with someone, every time when we think about other people, it is very important, one more time, people, to have this in mind. I'm okay and you are okay. And then we can think about our ego states. Now you can think about from which ego state I usually send transaction, start communication with someone else. It is not always the same. Even if we know all of this, even if we are adult, we will have different way of communications with different people. But it is okay. It is okay, and it is good to be aware of that. And then, when we are aware of that, what is happened within ourselves, we can help our students and our pupils to express themselves in proper way. And always, we should try to keep our transactions on complementary level. And I would like to keep some time, to save some time for your questions and for discussion. And that's why I'm sharing this quoting. Larry King said that nothing I say this day will teach me anything. So if I'm going to learn, I must do it by listening. That's why I would like to listen to you now. So, if you have any question, please just share it with us.
Namaste, sir, madam.
Hello, namaste.
Namaste, ma'am. Nice to meet you. Nice session is there, very helpful. Actually, I'm teaching to 10th grade class, CBSE, and they are having information technology subject. So, in that, we are having communication skill. That is the first chapter itself. So, this is really helpful for me. So, I can teach them also all these things, whatever you have taught now. Thank you so much for nice session, ma'am.
Thank you.
I raised the hand. I just want to ask one query. It's not a query actually, but in our communication methods, not only two types are there, madam, right? In four ways we can do the communication, right, ma'am?
Could you please repeat? I'm sorry.
No. Actually, methods of communication you told, there are two types of methods of communication. But we can do four types of, in 4 ways we can do the communication. Like written communication will be there, visual will be there, verbal and non-verbal. Am I right, ma'am?
Yes, of course. And always take into consideration TA is about let's say psychological level of communication. So for example, if I tell you this way, Yes, I understand everything. No, I don't need additional explanation. I sent you some message on social level, but on psychological level, my message is total different. So we must take into consideration everything.
Yes, yes.
I hope this is answer on your question. So
Yes, ma'am.
take care of verbal communication, non-verbal communication, and those two levels, how we send message to other people.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. Nice session, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. I mean, one more thing, sir. One more thing. In communication, feedback is very important, right, ma'am? Anna, ma'am.
And now I cannot hear because you both speak at
No, actually, I'm just telling that in communication, feedback is also a very important element. If we will not give the feedback, definitely we will not understand how the communication is going on.
Yes, yes. And of course, when we are speaking about feedback, it should be, do it there and then. So if you have to say something to your students, to pupils, or anyone else, do it at that moment. Don't be waiting, because, for example, if I come to you and say, do you remember 3 months ago when you did that, you said that, and I would say 3 months ago. What are you talking about? So when we give feedback, we have to do it on time. We have to do it right away, and we have to be very clear. And there are some kind of, let's say, sandwich methods. Please first say something good, then say something which wasn't good, and then say again something good. You will find your own way, but do it right after some act.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your questions. Hello.
Good evening to all. Thank you, Principal Dr. Bedkar sir and all our organizing committee members. Thank you, Anna ma'am. Excellent and wonderful presentation, ma'am. I have one question, ma'am. How to develop good communication, ma'am?
Please repeat. How to improve communication skills? Okay, so it is practice. You can, at the end of this presentation, which I would like to share with you, I would like to send to Dr. Batkar to share with all of you. And at the end of this presentation, there are some books which I recommend. So you can read those books, you can practice, you can, let's say, make tests. And if you communicate with someone in one way and someone else in some other way, you can compare those types of communication, and you will take what is the best for you. But it is important always to respect other people. I know that you in your culture have that beautiful behavior, and you are full of respect for other people. So just take it and use it in your everyday communication with all people and with your students and pupils. It is great basis for this.
Thank you, Anna ma'am. Wonderful explanation, ma'am. Second question is, what are the basic communication skills?
Basic communication skills. Basic communication skills is what I shared today. Just, be open, be clear, treat other people with respect, and take every time into consideration, take this life position, I'm okay and you are okay. And we can discuss about behavior, but not about being or personality. So that is very important.
Thank you, Anna ma'am, and Principal Dr. Betkar sir.
Thank you
so
very
much.
much. Thank you. Sorry, someone raised the hand. Maybe we have some more questions. Okay. One more time, thank you very much for this honor to be a part of this amazing initiative, and I would like, of course, to recommend you to my colleagues and friends. There are a lot of very great people from Serbia who have a lot of knowledge to share. And thank you very, very much for this great honor to be a part of these presentations. Bye.